Hi guys, Mitch King with Trade Stocks America with the Wednesday morning, December 1st, 2010 daily stock report. Here's the Dow 30, down 0.4% today. The news that's been surrounding the market has been fairly heavy, which is now around European countries and their potential debt problems. Italy has now been added to the list of countries at risk, so the market's held up fairly well with this kind of negative news. It's still considered consolidating, which is a sideways to a slight negative direction. Here's the Nasdaq Composite down over 1% today, so not a real strong day for this index as well. Here's the S&P 500, looks pretty much like the Dow, slightly more positive. Here's AZO, AutoZone, still in a nice uptrend, up 0.2% today, or $1.61. CMG up 0.6% or $1.50. This one's just on fire. And that VIT, the software manufacturer, looks fairly weak. The fact that it's not trending up to new highs, not like CMG and AZO. It was doing quite well through the first week of November, but struggling to make a new high from this area right in here. Here's Netflix making a clear move upwards today, up 7 points, 3.5% on this stock, really strong. And remember we talked about that day where we had a clear, decisive move up, and that usually is the sign of the trend continuing to move up, usually at a shallower type of move. And it's clearly doing that, but even at a steeper pace than it has been in the past. Here's Baidu down 2.2%. We're losing our patience with this one. It's just going sideways, as well as Mosaic. So if there's stocks to consider selling and reducing, sell the weak ones, hold the strong ones. Here's ARL. This was closing the short today, and as you can tell that most all of the stock ideas that we consider, where we say to consider closing, we close those out, as well as new ideas are opened at the next morning at the opening, at the market price. Hans, we're still holding this for an uptrend, very volatile stock. Here's SanDisk. This one could start selling off here, so we've had a nice little run here from about $38 to $45.50. So you might consider reducing that or potentially closing that. It's still very strong, but my guess is that we should probably start reducing some of these long positions in case the market really turns over and accelerates to the downside. Apple looks similar, that it's likely to come down 6, 7, 8 points on this stock, or 10, down to that $300 level. It's not breaking out, and I'm really looking for stocks to reduce long positions because we've got quite a few long. And if this market, like I just said, continues to move down, the ones that are the weakest are going to go down the hardest. Here's Win. Consider closing this long position. Joy Global's on an uptrend, looking for higher highs on this one. Here's another one to consider closing tomorrow is VMed, Virgin Media. And URRE is doing well the last couple days, up almost 5% today. Here's DHI starting to reverse now. And we're looking for maybe about 1050 to 1070, somewhere in there. We should get that within a week. MGIC was down almost 6% today. If you're short this stock, you might give it another day or two and see if we get under $6. It looks like we'll have some follow through on the downside, but it's been very bullish stock. A little on the dangerous side because it's a low price stock and been so strong. So have a hard stop on that and don't be negotiating whether you should or shouldn't stop out on a higher high. I'd say somewhere around $7, a little over 7 would be a good place to have a stop. So you guys know the routine. Wait for the good ones. See some of you guys in the trading room tomorrow.